Hi, Jeff Higley with Hotel News Now. We're here at the Hunter Hotel Conference in Atlanta 2019. With me is Greg Mount, the President and CEO of RLH Corporation. Greg, thank you for being with us.
Oh, thanks for having me join you.
The kind of mentality in the industry now is, hey, if we stay at status quo, things are okay. If we repeat 2017, 2018 and continue to roll at that pace, even though RevPAR still is, 2%-ish, that's okay. We're kind of bouncing at the top now. Do you prescribe to that theory?
Yeah, I do. I think that, I think if we could continue with what we did in 18, I think that the industry will continue to do well. I mean, look, unemployment's still hovering, just below 4%, which is always a good indicator for us. I think there will be some concerns based on wages and benefits and the costs and how those will impact owners. But at this time, I think all the indications are good, and we're real comfortable with the RevPAR growth that we're seeing, and I think the industry's seeing.
You have a strategy right now you've had since you joined about asset light, just the dispensing of the assets ownership and not having real estate on your balance sheet. I know you just flipped a few. I think it was the end of last year. You got another 4 or 5 teed up. How's that program going?
Yeah, it's gone real well. We announced late in 17 that we were going to sell 11 assets. They were all a joint venture. We've sold 9 of those. We have 2 of those remaining. We'll probably go ahead and hold those for a bit and go ahead and refi them and wait for the market, I think, to be a little better positioned to sell them here in the future. And then we have another couple assets out right now that we think are attractive and people are interested in. And so, there's equity on the sideline that's interested in acquisitions. I think it's just taking a little bit longer than maybe it did a year ago.
Getting back to the acquisition front, it was about a year ago that you guys picked up Nights Inn. So you're a year into that program or so. How's that transition going? How's the integration going?
It's really been an exciting time for us with Nights Inn, and we transitioned them. This is our 3rd major acquisition in the last 3 years, and so we've gotten fairly good and adept at transitioning them. So we got them onto our platform fairly quickly. We've been working hard to educate them on how to pull the levers and how to succeed. And we're starting to see some results that are exciting for us, and I think exciting for them. And so our goal right now will be to get out there with our franchise sales folks and really start to look for opportunities for Nights Inn and really grow that brand.
That's one of those I've always thought kind of like an iconic economy brand. With the demographics. I've always said that this is Nights Inn is kind of one of the original lifestyle brands because of what their targeted demographic was clear. Right. The truck parking lots, the castle. So in terms of that brand, what does it stand for in your portfolio, and how does that look for the future? Yeah,
I think for us, we really are attracted to it for that very reason. We felt it really was an iconic brand, and it's one that really become not relevant in the space. And that's kind of where we started. With 55 hotels in 8 states 5 years ago, and now approaching 1,500. We felt that we could do some of the things that we've done with some of our other brands to really reposition it. And so we focused on the keys. Let's make sure they have a good arrival. Let's make sure they have good Wi-Fi. Let's make sure they have a good bed, good shower, good TV, in a clean and in a hotel that's well maintained. And that's really been our focus. And so I think that's what you'll see with Nights Inn is you'll meet the expectation of the consumer in the segment, and you'll see the consistency start to move forward that it didn't have before.
I'm curious, you mentioned the 3 major acquisitions over the last 3-4 years. How do you meld those all together? How does that culture come together for a company like yours?
It's interesting. It's been a real learning curve for us too. I mean, we started with the guest house acquisition probably 3 years ago, and for us, each one we've learned and gotten a little bit better at it. And I think with the Vantage acquisition and the things that we've done, we've picked up 15 brands. Now we're only running 9, so we've had to really move those owners into one of the existing core brands, which is not easy to do, but in the long term it's going to be much more successful for the owner and for us. And so it's a process, and it's an education process, and it takes patience, and it takes a lot of communication.
Greg Mount, RLH Corporation, thanks so much for being here. Always good to catch up.
Appreciate it.